but every now and then they'll come and they'll pick. So like these that are right now on the ground, they can come in and get them. Oh, we have more strawberries down there. In this bed over here, I have a lot of amaranth coming up, which is called callaloo in Jamaica. But I have a few other stuff in this bed that they are really shading out badly. Let me just show you guys what's happening over here. I have some lettuce in this bed. This is the Vigo bed. And these amaranth, they are just volunteer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be cutting them deep down, maybe 2 inches from the soil in the bed, and I'll be getting them out. This time of year we use up amaranth a lot in the house, whether it's in cooking or making juice. So I can get all of these out, and I'm still gonna leave these younger ones, well, the younger ones like those, to come up for us to get them to use in a matter of weeks, maybe another week and a half, 2 weeks time. This cattle panel that I put here, I need to get it secured properly so that I can use it as a trellis. We get out all of these. So here I have 2 eggplants, one here and one here, that were being shaded out by the amaranth that was here. Now they have enough sunlight. I'm gonna affix this trellis. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get this trellis affixed, but I'm gonna try to get it onto the back of this bed right here, so that these 2 eggplant can grow onto it, and I can get some form of support for them. See, I also have a volunteer bell pepper right here. Not sure what kind of bell pepper it is, so I'll just have to watch and see when it comes up. This is a volunteer bell pepper that I was telling you guys about, and week before last I did went ahead and put some peppers in ground, and the seeds have started growing. So we have those seedlings. It's 10 days now or so. I'm gonna try to remove a few of them, but I'm gonna give them a few more days. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look for some older set of seeds or seedlings that I have in the garden. I'm gonna be looking for some older set of seedlings that I have in the garden to come and plant out in this area. Just went over and got a plant. This one is not from the set that was planted by seed 10 days ago. This is a different set that I put in a little bit after the cold spell, so I can have a few bell pepper in this bed. This is the time for you to be planting bell peppers if you're in Florida. Much warm, and they will run you about till early summer thereabout. That's about mid-June, maybe even until July. So I'm going in with these. Now that I'm searching, I went ahead and I found 4 more bell pepper seedling. I'm going to try to find some space in here. Oh, and also these 2 that were in the greenhouse. I'm going to go ahead and try to find some space to put these, or a few of these, in this bed. I'm not going to try to overcrowd a bed like this. So like with these amaranth, I can get rid of them. There are so much amaranth in the garden, I won't be losing if I go ahead and uproot these amaranths. I have an okra on this side. As soon as I'm done putting in these peppers, I'll just take you guys in a bit closer and show you what's happening in this bed. But this is the way I like to go about and plant things. So I don't have like a full planting session. Whatever I have in the garden and I want to just move them around, I just go ahead and move them around at times. Make space, move things around. Someone mentioned something to me in my last video, and I'm going to address it for you guys. They were asking, what's the purpose of having the things growing this huge in the garden, like for the cabbages that I have over in the grow bag area. But it's not a question of what's the purpose of having them growing this big in the garden. It's a question of how do you get them to get that big in the garden, because these things are not old. You guys have been here with me, and you guys know when I put them in just after the frost the other day, the last burn that we got. I think it was like a month and a half ago, and that is how they're looking. So I can't control that. It's just good soil, good garden management, and you will get these results. So you don't have to be using rabbit manure like what I'm using, which I've said multiple times in my videos. I'm sure that not everyone has access to rabbit manure, so use what you have. I'm sharing my experience with you guys. So just in case one day you want to go this route, something is here on the internet for you guys, or just in case someone right now is trying this. This is here as a guide for them, not gospel, but as a guide for them. I think this is enough right here. With the amaranth, this time of year, if you're going to be cutting them and leaving them back, you may meet in a bit of problem because they will grow back. If it's closer to the fall season and you cut them, then you may be in a bit of luck, or during, not even during the summer month, because amaranth are warm weather crop. So this time in spring, if you're going to be removing amaranth from a particular location in your garden, just uproot it. If you want it to grow back, then you can cut it, harvest it, and it will grow back. Now let me go ahead and give you guys a quick tour of the garden. So these are the bell peppers that I just put in. We have a tomato here. This looks like a volunteer tomato. More bell peppers. We have an okra right here. And these are the eggplants that I was telling you guys about. So these eggplants, I want to get them on this trellis right here. And with the lettuces, I'm just going to leave them. Whenever they come, they come. If they burn back, that's okay. I have enough lettuce in the garden. Over here, these are the Chinese cabbages that I went in with about 4 weeks ago now. I think they're in the garden for about 3 or 4 weeks, I'm not sure. And they're doing quite fine. In this bed, here's where I'm uprooting a few of the peppers that you guys see me transplanting right now. These are some amaranth. They can go really overwhelmed with amaranth right now. And we have chard in this bed. These are pak choy. And why these things get so big on me, other than the whole soil and rabbit manure that I'm doing, is that we only can eat what we can eat. That's the best way I can put it. Even for these beds right here, these are the beds that the carrots were in. These are the pak choys that I went in and planted about 3 weeks ago. And look at them, ready to be harvested. I just can't harvest all of these all at once. So we have to go ahead, harvest, continue watering, continue care for these plants until we get around to start eating them. But this is what the beds are looking like, and it's now like 11:30 in the morning. The sun is out and they're kind of getting droopy, but the beds are looking quite well. On this side, this is one of my trellis area. These are some zucchini coming up. The melons are not doing well right here. I'm not sure why. Something keep eating them out, but I'm gonna be replanting some melons. So these are all zucchini, and if you come across this bed right here, we have cucumbers and a few melons that are doing well. So just about 5 feet from here, the melons are not doing well, and right across they are doing well. I'm just not sure. I have no rhyme or reason why they're not doing well on that side. So I'm just going to be trying them again and see what's up with them. So these are all melons that I'm putting on the trellis right here. Sometimes you have to guide them because depending on the angle of the sun, they will grow towards the sun. So having the trellis doesn't mean your plant will grow on the trellis. Some of the time you have to take them and just train them to go on that trellis. These are more zucchini in the bags over here, and the zucchinis are coming along very well. I have some melons over in this small bed, but what is stifling them or what is keeping them back are these amaranth. So the amaranths are outshading the melons, and the melons they need a lot of sunlight. This is not really an open area that I have these melons. So with that, I definitely have to remove these plants that are shading them out so that they can get as much light as possible. Look at this jalapeno plant, guys. I've already starting to see jalapenos on them. So this is way ahead of the rest. Over in the grow bag area now, and I think these are the plants that are throwing off people, that are saying that why I'm having these plants so big in the garden. But these are cabbages and they haven't folded as yet. So yes, you can go ahead and eat them. However, we eat the cabbages when they are properly folded. So we don't eat the cabbages until they're properly folded, like this one. So this one, the sides, it's firm, so it's properly full. And even though it's here, we don't have enough space for it to store it. So might as well we'll go ahead and leave it and continue watering it. It can stay for another 2 or 3 weeks like that. This one just started to fall. So we just have to wait on those. For the lettuces, yes, they're big, but if you notice, I'm picking leaves from the lower part all the way to the top. So I'll be just harvesting leaves and it will continue growing. This way, I don't have to plant a new plant every 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I'll just run these until the time warms up and they can't go anymore. Then I'll get rid of them out of the garden. But this is what it's like growing in a subtropical climate or even in a tropical climate. You can get away with some things most of the time. Over here we have a lettuce that has gone to seed and it's bolted. So I'm going to just uproot this plant and this plant can go to the chicken. So nothing is going to waste in the backyard. I have the animal and I use the extra things. I wouldn't say the waste. I use the extra things from the garden to feed the animals at times. And I showed you guys the tomatoes in the last video. This is what they're looking like still. Coming up, some baby ones we have on them. Let me see if I can find some and show you guys. Didn't get to zoom in on them last time, but there you go. We have tomatoes already coming onto these plants. So I really want to see how this cage works for me to know if I'm going to be using it for my fall tomato season again. We have strawberry. The kids have been eating strawberry for the past week or so. Well, not a lot, but every now and then they'll come and they'll pick. So like these that are right on the ground, they can come in and get them. Oh, we have more strawberries down there. This is like maybe about 12 strawberry, and that's a lot for us. So guys, this definitely isn't going to be a long video. I started this video about 9 a.m. and it's almost 12 o'clock now. The camera was giving a bit of problem and that set me back a bit. And you know, when it gets hot in the garden, it's hard to work, record and talk. So that's going to be it from Country Tomorrow. God bless you all. See you in the next one. Happy gardening and cheers.